Hi everybody, and it's Dandruff with your news cartridge for Tuesday, August 18th, 2015. And our first news is kind of bittersweet. So, do you want the good news first, or do you want the bad news first? Oh wait, you're a camera. We'll just start with the bad news first. So the bad news is that there was a fan-made project that was going to remake Resident Evil 2 in 1080p graphics, 16 by 9 resolution, all that wonderful jazz. Invader Games was attempting to make this Resident Evil 2 remake. You know, it's basically just a fresh coat of paint. But Capcom has stepped in and pretty much nixed the whole thing, told them no, they can't do it. But hold your pitchforks, because this is where the good news comes in. The reason why Capcom did this is because they themselves are making a Resident Evil 2 remake. Invader Games seems actually to be not so upset with this, and says that Capcom has taken into consideration the things that they were going to do with the game, and they're going to incorporate it into their game. So this means that we won't get a free Resident Evil 2 remake because it was going to be released for free, but it does mean that hopefully it will be better than if either game were working independently of each other. Collaborations are great. This week's free DLC for CD Projekt Red's latest game, The Witcher 3, will be a New Game Plus mode. Not everything will transfer over though. Things like money, experience, which includes your level, item recipes as well as alchemy recipes, will transfer over. Things that will not transfer over are things like quest rewards, Gwent cards, letters, usable items like foods and potion, trophies. And this is actually going to be the last free DLC for The Witcher 3 project, for The Witcher 3, actually, the base game. What CD Projekt Red has promised is that the next thing will be an expansion to The Witcher 3. So I can't wait to get my Igni on and burn some of those demon suckers to the ground. The internet was enraged today when Microsoft's ELUA, their end-user license agreement, came under fire for suspecting that if you were pirating any software using Windows 10 as your operating system, that they can, and more importantly, would, step in and shut down whatever software you were using. However, things like this tend to be like a slow, very weak ocean wave. There's absolutely nothing you could do about it, but it's also not that bad. Turns out that the agreement is only for Microsoft-specific products. So if you were pirating, say, Microsoft-specific software or an Xbox game, then they could and would step in and shut you down, which they have a vested interest in doing so because it's their products. So they personally will not be taking actions against pirates for non-specific Microsoft software, but always beware that pirating comes with its own risks. So, be warned. Information about a new GPU has leaked, and it reveals the Nvidia GTX 950. It was suspected earlier this year that the 950 or perhaps even the 950 Ti would be released, but I still think that there's a room for the 950 Ti, but only the 950 is confirmed, and it will be releasing in 2 days on August 20th, 2015. It will feature 2 gigabytes of GDDR5 clocked in at 6.6 gigahertz compared to the 960's 2 or 4 gigabytes of GDDR5 clocked in at 7 gigahertz, a GPU core clock of around 1000 megahertz, a 128-bit interface, 768 CUDA cores. There's no pricing yet, but I'm going to guess that it's going to come in between the $125 to $150 US range, because the current low-end graphics card, the 750 Ti, is in about that range. My question is how does this compare to the 750 Ti in benchmarks, as well as the 2 gigabyte version of the 960? I also know that the 4 gigabyte and 2 gigabyte version of the 960, there's really not that much difference. But please leave your comment below if you're excited about this small yet powerful graphics card. And finally, before we go today, a quick update on Arkham Knight. I know 5 stories, but hang on. There's not really much to say because it's been exactly 30 days since Warner Brothers has said anything, given any update on the status of Arkham Knight. So, no, nothing yet. But on a related note, if you received Arkham Knight from Newegg.com as part of the promotion if you bought a GTX 900 series graphics card, then you might want to give them a call or try them on their online help, because you may be able to get Metal Gear Solid 5 as a replacement code for your Batman Arkham Knight fiasco thing, because nobody really can buy it yet. Word going around Reddit that this is happening, so I decided to try it for myself. And after being told no the first time, I had to then email them proof about the Reddit post where people were saying that they were getting this done. And finally, I did get my code, but I think other people are going to have trouble getting it in the future, even if they do have my proof, which there is a link to a description to it down below in the description. So good luck, but we'll see. And finally, that brings us to tomorrow's game releases. For PC, we have The Settlers Online, Velocity 2X, Rain of Bullets, Rats, Time is Running Out, Darkstorm VR Missions Prototype, Fish or Die, and Bob Was Hungry. For Xbox 360, we have Tales from the Borderlands, Episode 4, Escape Plan Bravo. And for Xbox One, we have Tales from the Borderlands, Escape Plan 4, Episode 4, Escape Plan Bravo, pardon me. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been News Cartridge. I am Dandruff. I will see you tomorrow. And what does a computer made of wood run on? Wood chips.